Hi there, Santosh Kumar Gupta is here. I'm gonna talk about the promises in the JavaScript. How the asynchronous code are going to be handled inside the JavaScript, and the most important thing is if the JavaScript is a single-threaded language, then how can I do multiple asynchronous tasks inside the single synchronous JavaScript language. So we will take a look of these asynchronous functions and the promises, things like that inside the JavaScript. So you will get to know about that and asynchronous code handling inside this video. So let's take a look of the code inside the VS Code. Okay, so yeah. So inside our VS Code, let's make a script, uh, our JS file, named as a main.js, right? Inside that main.js, and let's run some piece of code like that. One function, one. Let's have some log over here, like one. Just copy this two to three times, and two. And 3 over here. So let's open a terminal, integrated terminal over here. So as you know that the what the output is going to be over here. This is nothing fancy, like node main dot shares, right? Okay. Oh, I haven't invoked this function, so how can get I result from here? So let's invoke first of all one, two, and three, right? Now let's call this again, and one, two, three, and boom, guys. What happened? Oh, I haven't saved this. Okay, let's run again. One, two, three, and now it is giving output as you can expect it, right? So this is nothing but this is a synchronous part of the function. But what I if I do something asynchronous code over here, right? So let's wrap this console log 2 with something like set timeout, right? Okay, set timeout basically takes set timeout takes times like 2000 millisecond for 2 second wait time, and let's log something over here, right? I want to log 2 over here. So now if I run this code, the output will be something different. Boom, the 2 after 2 second has been printed, right? So this is nothing but this is a set time out, which is a asynchronous part of the asynchronous code inside the JavaScript. So it is nothing but it will go, this piece of code will go inside that web API to wait for the 2 second. After that 2 second, it will get added into that the event queue or event queue, right? Event queue, and after that when will the stack call stack will empty that set timeout function, the context of that code has been executed, and the lastly it has been printed, right? These are the a mechanism behind that event loop, right? Okay, so next thing has I have to be discuss about that callback. So callback is nothing but the callback It's a function which is a parameter, I can say that, right? Okay, so let's implement something over here. If I say mm, okay, if I log something over here and all right, if there is parameter and let's take a callback, right? Callback, and if I run this callback and I pass this 3 over, now run this, what will happen over here? 1 2 3, 1 2 3, 1 2 3, and let's run again. What's happened? 1, it's waits for a 2 second, and after that 3. That's cool, that's cool, that's cool. So there is a 3 is nothing but there is a function 2 is a higher order function which takes a callback function, I can say that. So callback is nothing but it's a function as a parameter, right? Now let's deep dive into something over here. Now the second thing is come when the callback comes inside that picture. The main thing is that this code is a little looks a little messy over that because it is taking too much time to be understand for those who are uh, reading the another person code, right? So for that let's have a, if there is too messy, then what it will, how it will looks like, right? So let's create something more messy where we will get more data. Inside that more data we will fetch more data and more data and so on like that. So let's create something like that function. I'm literally giving this name is it callback hell, or we can say that the doma pyramid. The second name of that callback hell means that the nested, so many nested callbacks inside callbacks inside callbacks. So I am calling this dome over here, right? Dome of pyramid, right? So inside the Doma pyramid, I'm just taking a data and like console. Okay, set time out, right? One set time out, set time out. Inside that, inside that, I'm giving this 2000 second, and I'm saying uh, const. Uh, let's take a just create a object over here. User user beta Santos, right? Const user something is missing over here. Why it is giving me some error? Let's take a look. User, see nothing but const data user Santos. That is okay. I haven't given the variable name as well, right? Let's figure out what I did. So data, now inside that I want to perform some more asynchronous tasks, like one more set timeout. Set timeout where I'm just saying that the okay, let's give the time of like 3000, and I'm just logging. Sorry, log something like just data has been changed, right? Data has been changed, and run something. So oh sorry, I haven't called this, so how it could be runnable. Data has been changed, right? Data has been changed over here. So what we can say, let's wrap inside something. If there is data, then perform this, right? If there is data, then perform this. Now take a look at that. Okay, so this is kind of dependency has been created. If there is no data, then uh, it will not go inside that particular piece of code, and the kind of the something is dependent nested. So much nesting has been occurring over here. So to resolve this particular problem of nesting, we uh, we have some concept inside the JS which is called as promises, right? So promises is nothing but the it's kind of object that's kind of a future call. That means something has been uh, has to be completed, has to be completed in future, right? It is something like that. If there is a network call, if there is any kind of database call, so it's this type of operation is time taking. So this takes little time to get the data or make the connection from the relevant piece of code, right? So to avoid this kind of this to break the loop of synchronization, we have a particular concept like promises. So let's take how the promises has been create and consume after that, right? So to handle the asynchronous code inside that JavaScript, first of all we have to be create that promise, right? So to creating that promise, let's have a look of syntax of that promise. So sorry let promise is equal to new. This new keyword is actually create the instance of that particular object. So promise. Now the main part, this promise will take two by default. It will take two callback functions, which is by default written by the JS developer, which is also private. We can't modify for of those code, but we can call them. So let's to what those two parameters are, two callback parameters are, and why they are used, and how it will connected to these then and catch for error, right? So if I say that promise and to callback function like resolve comma reject, sorry reject, right? I have created two callback function and I have set to these. Now I want to perform some task over asynchronous task inside that particular promise. I want to be written something over here when the future when the connection will created from the DBMS, when the data came from the network call. I will give you uh, I will sure something give you, either it could be a it could be a as a response, it could be a error, some kind of error, or the particular the task has been created and the return data from that which go throughout the resolve, right? So let's create something like let uh, let's flag is equal to, if I just say that false, right? Okay, to understand the both callback over here. uh, let's do something, and I just resolve over there, resolve, and return something. Hey, this is this is my data, right? And if this is return some if this promise, this returns a promise, so I have to be receive particular resolved data from here, right? So to receive for that particular data, then I have to be one keyword like then, sorry, dot then. Just data data console dot log. Really, my task is done, and I can print this as well, data. Let's change this particular line. Whoa, let's run this particular piece of code. What happened over here? What happened? Okay, I haven't saved this yet. Cannot access promise before initialization. Cannot access promise before initialization. New promise. I think something is has been okay. Wow, this is my data. Now I've got this resolve over here, and if there is no error, then directly I've got the data from that promise, right? But what if there is no data, sorry, this is something kind error. That means I want to be handle those errors which is came through this reject, which is came through this reject callback, right? So if I say if there is flag, then do else else reject and show some error. Oh no, server is really down, right? But to let's what happened, It says something. Error handle rejection. It's directly direct you to there is no error handling has been occurred over here. Now you have to be handle those errors, right? So if I say this particular thing and if I run, you can expect there is data. Oh, there is data, but what if I want to be make them flag? Okay, just do something false and dot catch and error. Sorry boys, error. I want to log something and I want to show. Now, oh no, server is really down. So I have successfully handled those errors as well, right? Now let's do something with the real world data over here. Okay, so for that purpose, let's I have to be something. Let's do a network call. So for that purpose, let data is equal to fetch fetch and uh, to bring the API, I would like to uh, go inside that JSON placeholder and let's copy these things to be fake API and boom guys. Now if there is data, then what it gonna show to us? This is my data, but I have to show something data. Nice. There is data is coming from that asynchronous task, right? Okay, but this data is not in a JSON format. If you can see that, I think so. What we can do over here, I have just written data from here, and if there is something missing over here, let me do something. If I there is something missed over there, then what will it gonna return to you? uh, Typo error, fetch failed. Here is fetch failed, error has been showed to direct to the I have successfully handled those error as well, right? But let's back inside our actual code. Right now I'm receiving my data, but this data is not in a JSON format. So for that purpose we can do something. We can do something like this data, this then could uh, could able to return promise as well, right? To for that purpose what we can do something, we can do return data dot json. Let's parse into the JSON format, right? To but here is a to receive that particular data from here, we can chain their concept comes into the picture, which is chaining to the promises. So we can apply here multiple dot then over here, so many dot then over here, right? According to your what we can show that response according to their your use. Now I am just console.login, and what I am logging over here, that result, right? Now let's have a look of that particular thing. Okay, now you got that particular thing, which is user ID. Okay, I've got this something. If I really want to be written only the something like that, data.json and result, let's do something return dot title, right? To receive that particular thing, I can thenify, I can make the enable this, the enable part to be receive something which is user, right? To log something, I can say user, right? Now let's have a look of result. So here I am getting that particular title of title things from the network call, right? So this is a simple promise step, and after that we gonna say something through, we can do something by the set timeout as well. If you wanna really want to take a look of that, right? So how can I do with the set timeout? uh, let promise is equal to new promise, right? It's take two parameter, which is resolve and reject. The naming convention over here is not uh, what I am writing over here. You can write whatever variable names you want to give them, like sun and moon. Reject, what I am doing, वो लिख तो सकते हैं, right? And now I have just calling this set timeout, and I am doing something like two. Okay, लिखा जाओ 2000 millisecond, and I can say that it is resolved. I can say that this is my data, right? Then promises, set timeout promises 2 dot then promises dot then C. Okay, so I have set that a particular time, which is time taking call, and after that I just done promise dot then dot receive whatever the things from there, right? I am receiving as a str. Now just take a look of that particular response. I want to log particular these things which is str, and just run this. This is my data, and if there is no data, something is like that particular things has been missed over there. So this is my data over there. To be execute particular things like reject. Let's create a flag now to be demonstrate that reject. How can we reject? Uh, can we if there is no flag, then reject. Oh no, something went wrong. Right. Okay. Else do something this. Let's run this, but before that I haven't handled this error, right? For that purpose we can do something like promise dot then dot catch as well to be handle those error, right? So for that I can receive is like error. Now I can log something. Okay, I really actually mistake. Error. Now let's run this code. So successfully you have handled your resolve and reject uh, callback function with the promises, right? Now let's take a look of that particular things has been remains, which is the async await. Syntax of async await. This is nothing but the syntactical sugar over the promises to be act as a more to be act as a synchronous code, but it's not, right? Let's have a function which is name is, I can do something name like tasks, sorry, tasks, right? And this function is nothing but the asynchronous in nature. Now let's data let's have an fetch method over here. Let me copy this particular line over here to be save my time, and I can say that you have to be wait, I'm not going anywhere, you have to be wait. This is a synchronous code, but it's hold, it will not go ahead until the data will came from here, right? So to demonstrate the result we can okay, console something like hi, and after that I can say console. Why I'm doing console over here, oh my god. Console.log, console.log, and I can say data, and I'm just saying data has been fetched here, right? Let's have a run this code. Oh, sorry guys, I haven't invoked this function, right? So let's have an invocation over here. Now it should be work as expected. Hi, after that data has been came from that particular API, and after that data has been fetched, right? This should be. But what if I want to be multiple await things? So let's data justify. Let justify is equal to I want to be await uh, this data dot json, right? And now I want justify. Yeah, so here you can see that there is uh, data I've handled those things with the async await as well. But what if I've got the error? What if these things are okay? One thing I would love to tell you, that fetch method is already have inbuilt those particular these callbacks like resolve and reject. So this is by default giving to us. So I can do something like that I can chain then over here, and the same things I can do something data, and then x if it is resolved, right? And I can log something. Okay, let's have a look what the come. Yeah, that's how I have just did something beside that async and await, but there is nothing to be have the same fetch method is already is a time taking, and the node.js whatever the environment either browser knows already this is time taking, and there is no need to be write that await this is await things like from here. If I run again, it's work same as expected, right? But and if I really want to catch the error from here, like error console log error console log error. Why this things? Let me receive something now. Error no यार, लिखने तो दो error, and I've just logged sorry log those error, and let's have a look of that. but you will get the same as a result. But what if there is something missing and I've tried to run this? So you got their fetch failed type error. Directly the type error has been showed to the people, to the coder, right? Let's get back one step and write. But I've handled with this try and catch. But what if I want to handle those things uh, with the help of, let's log something, console dot log. I want to be log that data dot json. So this is a time taking process to be actually it is also a time taking process. So why this has been written like that, console dot log and data dot json, right? Let's run. It is not working now. It is in a pending state. So what we can do, data.json console.log. We can do something like that. Let justify data.json, and this is a asynchronous task and timetabling. So data.json, it is promises in a pending state. Okay, I have to wait over here. Wait, if I did something, no, and data.json, now it should work fine, right? Yes. So here nothing but the syntactical. uh, I want to await this particular task over here, right? Okay, now I have to be handle those errors as well, and those things are. So what could I do? What could I do? What could I do? So let's wrap this particular task inside that try. What I want to retry, if there is any error, that will automatically catch inside that error, and I want to log that particular error, right? Okay, so let's have a look of that particular things I've handled or not. So there is data, but if I did something typo, then it should be fetch failed, right? But something type error. If I didn't write like that, what should be? Try without cache. It won't work. Yeah, that's cool. Our error handling is doing my job, right? We can do something for more confirmation. Oh no. Yeah, here we can catch our errors as well from the this try catch block. So I've handled these things as a try catch with the promise, with the we learned the callback hell, which is kind of nesting, so many codes with nesting, which makes so much complexity to read and the things. So this is all about the promises inside that. Yes, thank you for all, thank you for watching. Let's meet in our next video.